State. Oklahoma State 7-5 last year, 4-5 in conference play. Lost the Guaranteed Rate Bowl again to Wisconsin. Spencer Sanders now transfers to Ole Miss. Good luck there for you, buddy. You are going to be in a tough competition at Ole Miss. Brendan Presley returns. Elijah Collins, my guy, Sparty on. Rooting for you, big dog. Transfer running back from Michigan State. Dejon Stribling transfers from Washington State. They lost Jason Taylor the second, not Jason Taylor, the Dolphins kid, but Jason Taylor Jr. to the NFL. He played safety. I think he had like 99 tackles. Alan Bowman transfers in from Michigan. They had the 106th passing defense, 115th total defense, 89th scoring defense, 49th scoring offense. I think this is 52nd. My bad. Right, 52nd in total offense. Ace, give me something about Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. I do know that the offense is only returning 2 of their starters, so maybe a tough time trying to figure out the offense and get those guys clicking. They've also lost their top 2 rushers from last year. However, on defense, they returned Colin Oliver, who's one of the best DNs in the nation. He had about 16 and a half sacks and 23 tackles for loss in just 2 seasons. And he's actually moving to linebacker because the team is going to, the new defensive coordinator, they're moving to a 3-3-5, which is pretty common in the Big 12, actually.
Yeah, that's smart.
And he's going to be replacing their star linebacker from last year, Mason Cobb, who's actually transferring to USC. So, I'm not too sure about Oklahoma State. I think they have the talent to compete with just about anybody there. But I think, their secondary is thin. They may return 3 of their top receivers, but, they have Alan Bowman, who still needs to prove himself coming from Michigan. Mike Gundy hasn't had any losing seasons yet, but who knows about this year?
Yep, and to your point, I mean, if we're going to give Baylor shouts out for the 2021 season where they won the Big 12, shout out to Oklahoma State, who were actually the runner-ups in the Big 12, who lost to Baylor in that championship game. So
a yard away.
Yeah, man, look, that game came down to the wire for sure. And as much as I'm not a fan of Spencer Sanders, he actually played really well that game. Chuba Hubbard played really well that game. So shout out Oklahoma State for that 2 years ago. All right, so Oklahoma State moves on to the 44th overall recruiting class. We're going to jump into the schedule. They play Central Arkansas first game. Great field, but they won't see it because they'll be at Oklahoma State. And I have Oklahoma State taking the W.
I have Oklahoma State taking the W as well.
All right, moving on from Central Arkansas to, Big 12 opponent next year at Arizona State. I have them taking the W.
I have them taking a W as well in the future conference matchup.
Yes, sir. Moving on to South Alabama, go Jags, where they take a W.
They take a W as well, starting off strong, 3-0.
Yes, sir. Then at Iowa State, as previously mentioned, I have this as a W.
I actually have this as an L for them. I think this is going to be one of those games where the offense sputters. They're going to be away against a tougher team than Arizona State, and it may be a little shock for the younger players on the team.
Yeah, that defense for sure can make that game up. So for sure, I'm not mad at that logic. Then we move on to Kansas State, where I have them taking an L, first L of the season.
I actually had them taking a W here.
Against Kansas State.
Yeah, bye week, coming off a bad loss. You got, and you're home. You got something to prove. Is that a Friday game as well? Friday Night Lights.
I'm not rolling. Give me Kansas State. I'm not rolling. All right, then we move from Kansas State to Kansas, back-to-back Kansas.
Oh, actually, no, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, no, never. Yeah, I have them taking a W against Kansas State.
All right, going on to Kansas, where I have them taking another L at home.
Yeah, I have them taking an L here.
All right, moving on from Kansas, we go to at West Virginia, where I have them taking an L.
I have them taking a W here against West Virginia.
Yeah, it's a toss-up for sure. I definitely was thinking about this one, but I gave it to West Virginia ultimately and Morgantown railing for a W. Well, I kind of give you an insight on West Virginia, but yeah, them taking the W there. Moving on to Cincy, I have them, as previously stated, taking a W.
Yeah, I have them taking a W as well.
Then on to Oklahoma, where I have them taking an L.
I have them taking the L at Oklahoma.
All right, moving on to at UCF, where I have them taking an L.
I have them taking the L, but could go either way.
All right, moving on from me to at Houston, where I have them catching a W.
Yes, the W at Houston for sure.
And senior day, unfortunately, I have them taking an L as previously stated to BYU because BYU will be looking to become bowl eligible.
Yes, the Mormons ruined it for them.
All right, so that has Oklahoma State at 6-6, 3-6 in conference play, taking a game step back. Making them bowl eligible still, however. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, I have them about 6-6 as well.
All right. So we're going to move on.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.